Stop doing this if you want a real relationship. The dark secret behind manipulative breakups is something no one talks about, but today we're exposing it all. This is going to shake your world, so stick around because what you're about to learn might just change how you see relationships forever. Alright, let's get into it. We all know breakups are tough, they're painful, messy, and can leave you questioning everything. But have you ever felt like a breakup wasn't just about ending things, but more about someone trying to control you? Yeah, it's a heavy realization. But here's the truth. For some people, a breakup isn't really about letting go, it's a strategic move to tighten their grip on you. Picture this, you're in a relationship and things are rocky. Maybe you start questioning things, feeling unsure about where you stand. Instead of talking it out, your partner suddenly decides to break up with you. But wait, it's not a clean break. It's more like they're testing the waters, pushing you away just enough to see how you'll react. They want to see if you'll come crawling back, desperate for their attention. And here's where it gets twisted. This isn't about ending the relationship, it's about reinforcing their control. It's like they're saying, I hold the power here, I decide when this relationship lives or dies. They use the breakup as a weapon, a way to dominate the situation. And what happens? You're left in limbo, unsure whether to fight for them or move on. But that's exactly what they want to keep you hanging, tethered to their every move. You see, this tactic isn't about finding closure or moving on. It's a power play, plain and simple. They're dangling the idea of a breakup in front of you, not to end things but to keep you on edge, constantly wondering where you stand. It's a form of emotional manipulation that traps you in a cycle of dependence. The more they pull away, the harder you try to hold on, and the more control they gain over you. Let's switch gears and talk about something even sneakier: the need for admiration. This one's tricky because it's so subtle you might not even notice it at first. Here's how it works. Your partner used to get all this attention from you, right? You were head over heels, constantly giving them compliments, showing them love. But over time, that attention naturally fades. It's just a part of being in a long-term relationship. The honeymoon phase ends and things settle down. But for someone who thrives on admiration, that's a problem. They need that constant validation, that never-ending stream of adoration. And when they start to feel like they're not getting it anymore, they panic. So what do? They drop the breakup bomb. Now, this isn't just any breakup. It's a calculated move. They're not really looking to end things. What they're doing is testing you, hoping that by threatening to leave, they'll shake things up. They want to see if you'll react by showering them with even more attention, begging them to stay, and proving your love all over again. Think about it, how many times have you seen this play out? A relationship hits a rough patch, and instead of working through it, one person decides to break up. But then, after a few days or weeks, they come back saying they made a mistake, that they miss you. Suddenly, you're back together, but now you're more devoted than ever, trying to make sure they never feel neglected again. It's emotional whiplash, and it's exhausting. But here's the thing: they don't care. For them, it's not about solving the problem or finding a real solution. It's about getting that hit of admiration they crave. They want to feel like they're the center of your world again, even if it means messing with your emotions to get it. And the worst part, this cycle can repeat over and over. Every time they feel like you're not giving them enough attention, they pull the same stunt. They break up, watch you scramble to win them back, and then bask in the glow of your renewed devotion. It's a toxic loop that leaves you questioning your self-worth, wondering what you did wrong, when really it's all just a game to them. Now, let's take it up a notch and talk about something that might sound familiar: boredom. Yep, boredom. For some people, stability and routine are comforting, but for a manipulative person, it's the kiss of death. When the relationship starts feeling too predictable, too safe, they start to itch for something more exciting. And what better way to stir up drama than to throw a breakup into the mix? Here's how it goes. The relationship is going well, maybe even too well. There's no more drama, no more uncertainty, and things have settled into a comfortable routine. But instead of appreciating that stability, they see it as a sign that things are getting dull. So they create chaos. They break up with you out of nowhere, and suddenly everything is turned upside down. But here's the twisted part: it's not a real breakup. They don't actually want to end things. What they want is to inject some excitement back into the relationship. They want to shake things up, make you feel like you're losing them, just so they can watch you fight to get them back. It's a thrill for them, a way to add some drama to their life at your expense. They crave the rush of uncertainty, the adrenaline that comes from not knowing what's going to happen next. And they know that by breaking up with you, they can create that chaos, that excitement, without ever really losing you. But for you, it's a nightmare. You're left trying to figure out what went wrong, why they suddenly decided to leave, and what you can do to fix it. You start second guessing everything, wondering if you did something to push them away. But the truth is, it's not about you at all. It's about them and their need for constant stimulation, even if it means playing with your emotions to get it. This roller coaster of breakups and makeups isn't just emotionally draining, it's dangerous. It keeps you in a constant state of anxiety, never knowing when the next breakup is coming or what it means. You're always on edge, trying to keep the relationship afloat while they're busy getting their fix of drama and excitement. Now, here's where things get even messier: the breakup as a way to explore other options. This one's a real doozy, because it's not just manipulative, it's downright cruel. Imagine this: you're in a relationship, but your partner starts to get that wandering eye. Maybe there's someone else they're interested in, or maybe they're just curious about what else is out there. But instead of being honest with you, they decide to keep you on the back burner while they test the waters. So what do? They break up with you, but it's not a clean break. Oh no. It's a breakup with strings attached. They don't actually want to let you go, they just want to see what else is out there without fully committing to ending things with you. They'll say things like, "I just need some space," or "I'm not sure what I want right now." But really, they're hedging their bets, keeping you around just in case things don't work out with whoever else they're interested in. It's a game, and you're the pawn. They're exploring their options while you're left wondering what the heck just happened. The worst part, you're stuck in limbo. You can't move on because they haven't really ended things, but you can't fully commit because they've pulled away. You're left waiting, hoping they'll come back while they're out there seeing if the grass is greener on the other side. And even if they do come back, you're left with this nagging doubt. Did they really choose you? Or are you just the fallback option? It's a brutal way to play with someone's emotions, and it can leave lasting scars. Your self-esteem takes a hit, and you start questioning your worth, all because they couldn't be honest about what they wanted. This kind of manipulation is toxic on so many levels. It's not just about control, it's about keeping you in a state of uncertainty, never knowing where you stand, and the emotional toll it takes on you. That's something that can stick with you long after the relationship is over. Finally, let's talk about the ultimate cop-out: avoiding responsibility. This one's all about dodging the hard stuff. When a big decision or commitment looms, whether it's moving in together, getting married, or even just taking the relationship to the next level, a manipulative person might decide to bail out by calling it quits. But here's the thing: they're not breaking up because they don't love you or because the relationship isn't working. They're breaking up because they're scared. Scared of commitment, scared of the future, scared of the responsibilities that come with a serious relationship. And instead of facing those fears, they choose the easy way out: they run. But it's not just about avoiding commitment, it's about avoiding accountability. When things get tough, when the relationship requires effort and work, they decide it's easier to just walk away. But instead of admitting that, they frame it as a breakup. They make it seem like the relationship is the problem when really, it's their own inability to deal with the challenges that come with being in a committed relationship. And here's where it gets even more frustrating, because they're not really interested in ending things. They might come back once the pressure is off. They'll say they've had a change of heart, that they've realized how much they care about you. But in reality, they're just trying to reset the relationship to go back to a time when things were easier and less complicated. But that's not how relationships work. You can't just hit the reset button whenever things get tough. A real relationship is about facing challenges together, about growing and evolving as a couple. But for a manipulative person, that's not the goal. They want to keep things easy to avoid the tough conversations, the hard decisions, and the responsibilities that come with being in a mature relationship. So they break up, not because they want to end things, but because they want to avoid dealing with the reality of what it means to be in a committed relationship. And you're left confused, hurt, and wondering what went wrong, when really it's just them running away from their own fears. So what's the takeaway here? Recognizing these patterns is absolutely crucial if you want to protect yourself from being manipulated. If any of this sounds familiar, it's time to take a step back and really look at what's going on in your relationship. Manipulation isn't love, and you shouldn't have to put up with it. You deserve a relationship built on respect, trust, and honesty. Don't let anyone use these tactics to keep you trapped in a cycle of control and emotional manipulation. It's not easy to break free, but it's so worth it. Remember, you're worth more than being someone's pawn in their game. If this resonated with you, drop a comment below. Let's start a conversation. Your story might just help someone else realize they're not alone. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more content like this. Together, we can navigate the complicated world of relationships and come out stronger on the other side. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay strong, stay smart, and don't let anyone play games with your heart.